I'm in Cleveland, Ohio, at the International Exposition Centre. I'm here for the 2024 Cleveland Auto Show. I'm Darren Walker, and welcome to Auto Atlantica. Right, so I'm indoors from the cold and the wind over at the IX Centre, and I'm in my motel room enjoying a pleasant evening before the big day kicks off tomorrow. So I thought I would give you a brief insight into the Cleveland Auto Show, tell you what it's about, who's going to be there, and just answer any questions that you may have about it. And I'm going to do that basically just by referring to the website. So you'll have this as, you know, a handy guide to the show should you need it. So basically the Cleveland Auto Show takes place every February of each year. It is run by the Greater Cleveland Dealers Auto Association, or words to that effect. And they do a lot of sterling work for the dealerships that are in Northern Ohio. And I've been to a few of their events before, but they always stage this. This car show is about 60-40 split in terms of what is presented by the manufacturers directly, and then what is also put on display by dealerships. For instance, Stellantis this year actually pulled out. So they're taking all their motor shows this season on an at merit basis, and they decided to pull out of Chicago and Cleveland. So the Stellantis vehicles that are going to be on display, and they'll all be there, are actually been put on by the dealers instead. So we'll still have cars to look around. So anyway, the show starts, it opens to the public at 5 p.m. tomorrow evening, which is a bit of a weird time. And the reason for that is that the Friday evening opening night was traditionally a dealer's appreciation night. They steadily invited more and more of the public and then just decided to make it the beginning of the public show. So tomorrow's hours, February 23rd, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. and then Saturday 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Sunday is 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then all next week, Monday to Thursday, that's Feb 26th to the 29th, the show is open 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Friday, March the 1st and Saturday, March the 2nd from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. And then the final day is Sunday, March the 3rd, from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. when the show will close. So there's a whole variety of events that take place. So there's events for kids, etc., that are on at the show. I'm going to see if I can find some just from the website here. So there are various ride and drives where within the show, they've got some sort of staging areas with different cars from the manufacturers. Chevrolet have got one, Ford have got one, Stellantis have one, Kia has one, where you can get to actually ride and drive one of the cars. I'm hoping to see some of those while I'm there tomorrow. There's also a vehicle giveaway. There's a millionaires row, and they normally have this. It's basically where collectors who have got exotic cars are invited to show off their exotica. So they'll be there. Then likewise, there's a classic car show there as well. And then they have all sorts of other, ad hoc competitions and things like that going on. So anyway, so back to the show info. Being the time of year that it is, if you are wearing a coat, and the chances are you are, there is a coat check once you get in at a cost of $5. So I should point out that tickets to get into the show are $15 for adults, $12 for preteens, that's ages 7 through 12, $12 for seniors, that's people that are 62 and over, and then kids 6 and under get in for free. And the coat check is $5 if you're wearing a coat. Right, what else have we got? For those with disabilities, wheelchairs are available at the show on a first come, first served basis, but there are no electric scooters unfortunately. You are allowed to bring whatever camera you like. Tripods are allowed, but generally aren't a good idea when it gets really busy. And the Friday night is usually very busy indeed. You can't bring pets into the show. You can bring service animals, so guide dogs, but you can't bring in emotional support animals since they are not considered service animals per the Americans with Disabilities Act. Dealership Employee Appreciation Night is tomorrow night, as I've already alluded to. Parking is free. Parking is extensive at the IX Centre, so that is never an issue. The best parking is at the west entrance. That's where most of it is. But the main entry point's at the east entrance. But east or west, you can get in both sides. It's not a problem. Never an issue. As with most motor shows, you can sit inside the vehicles and play with them and do whatever you want. Really, usually, as with any other motor show, anything that's sort of expensive or exotic, normally they'll have locked up, and you may not be able to get to sit in it without a request. And this is a non-sales show. Some of these vehicles are put on by dealers, as I've said, but it is not a sales show. So you are not going to have, if you are interested in looking at a car and this is your first opportunity to get up close and personal with a particular car that you're interested in. If it happens to be a car that is being shown by a dealership, you are not going to have hordes of salesmen with a contract for you to sign. There's no sales allowed on the show floor. This is just purely like any other car show for you to enjoy. You can buy tickets online or at the box office. It's usually advisable to get them online. You can just print them off and take them with you. So, and if you need to contact anybody at the show, if you've got any questions, don't contact me. Contact the show personnel at 216-265-7101. So that's just basic information, which I've just basically read off their website. You can find it on there, but it is useful information to know. It's very enjoyable. I'm looking forward to seeing what's in the pavilion this year. They normally have a special event that's going on in the pavilion part of the show. Last time that I was there, they had some Ford Broncos that you could be taken around in. They got these like metal mountains and sand pits that they drove you through and things like that. So let's have a quick look to see who is going to be at the show, shall we? Let's have a look. Right, so the main stands, the biggest stands, are Honda, Buick and GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep and Ram, Ford, Hyundai, Kia, Toyota and Chevrolet have all got big stands. So has Volkswagen. Lexus and Subaru have got, and Nissan have got good sized stands as well. And then Mitsubishi's got a slightly smaller stand, all on the north side of the building. And then on the southern side, where there's the classic car area, Alfa Romeo have got a small stand, Land Rover, Jaguar have a small stand, Genesis, Lincoln, Acura, and Audi are all there, and Mercedes, BMW, Cadillac, and Mazda are going to be there too. There's a Tesla ride and drive. I don't see a specific Tesla stand, but there is a Tesla ride and drive going to be there as well. And there is also a stand that's featuring Aston Martin, Bentley, Rolls-Royce, and Maserati. So I suspect that is probably a dealer stand, that one. And you are probably going to need permission to get onto that stand. And there we have it. There's quite a lot that's going to be represented at this year's show. I'm looking forward to it. It promises to be really good. I don't know what's going to be there until tomorrow. So there may be some surprises. My plan is to essentially film every stand. I'm not going to go into the details of every car and every stand because I'll be here till next week. And I'm also planning on featuring a few first looks. So the newest vehicles that are there, I will video those specific vehicles as well. And we'll get those out on Auto Atlantica and Planet Auto. So I think that covers it. So thank you very much for watching. I'm Darren, and this is Auto Atlantica.